So this will simply give you 8. So this polygon has 8 sides. That should be a octagon. Hello, I am Flash Isaac, and you are about to watch UTME questions and answer session with Flash Isaac, part 5. I've released other parts of the video. Rush down to flashsignals.com or search Flash Signals on YouTube. Or if you are watching on YouTube, use the description link below to access other UTME questions and answers. The curved surface area of cone is simply pi r L. So given something like this, or you have a radius, this is the height, and this is L, which is the slant height. Now from this shape, we are told that h is equals 8 cm and radius r is 6 cm. So what will L be? We can get L from Pythagoras theorem, where L will simply be L square is equals h square plus r square. L is equals square root of h square plus r square. This will give you 8 square plus 6 square. L is equals square root of 100, which is equals 10. So L is 10 cm. So that is the value of L. So here is 8, here is 6, and here is 10 cm. So now substituting in cross-sectional area, which is equals pi r L. Pi is 22/7 times r, which is radius, times 6 times length, slant height is 10. So this will give you 22/7 times 60, which will give you 188.5 cm square. So this is the cross-sectional area of the cone. This says in the diagram AB, CD, and EF, which is AB, CD, and EF are parallel lines. As you can see, it says find the value of n. So this angle is simply 2n minus 10 degrees, and this is 110 degrees. So now, taking a look at this diagram, check something. This is 110, and it's still on the same parallel line. That means if these lines are parallel and this is straight, this angle would be the same thing as this angle, and also the same thing as this angle. So that means here is 110 degrees. So angle YSE is the same thing as 110 degrees, because here is equals here is equals here. That's corresponding angle. Now if here is 110 degree, remember that here and here, everything here is angle on a straight line. So this plus this should be equals 180 degrees, because angle on a straight line is 180 degrees. Let me put it this way: YSE plus YSF. Okay, this is YSF, sorry. YSF is equals 110 degrees. So YSE plus YSF will give you 180 degrees, because YSE plus YSF is angle on a straight line. Now we have YSF to be 110 degree, and we have YSE to be 2n minus 10 degrees. So this plus this is equals 110 degrees. So we can have 2n minus 10 will give you 180 minus 110 degrees. 2n will be equals 180 minus 110 degrees will give you 70 degrees. Taking this to the other side, plus 10 degrees. So 2n degrees is equals 80 degrees. So n will give you 80/2, which is equals 40 degrees. So the value of n is 40 degrees. And all the angle here will be 40, 2 times 40, 80 minus 10, 70 degrees. So here is 70 degrees. So that is the answer to this question. The interior angle of a regular polygon is thrice the exterior angle. How many sides has the polygon? Interior angle of a regular polygon is given by n minus 2, 180. And the exterior angle is equals 360 degrees. So if the interior angle is 3 times the exterior angles, it simply means it is 3 times 360 to give you 1080 degrees. Therefore, we are now told that this interior angle is equals 1080. If that's the case, n minus 2 will be 1080 over 180. So n is equals, which is number of sides, is equals 1080 over 180 plus 2. So this will simply give you 8. So this polygon has 8 sides. That should be a octagon. Once you have this, look at what you do. Use this one to multiply s and this one to multiply this one, which implies that you have 1 times s plus 1 times 1. Then use this 3 to multiply s and use y to multiply 1, which implies that here you have 3 times s plus y times 1. So this is equals 4, 1. So 1 times s will give you s plus 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times s is 3s plus y times 1 is y. So this is equals 4, 1. Now comparing, it's obvious that s plus 1 is equals 4. It's also obvious that 3s plus y is equals 1. 3s plus y is equals 1, s plus 1 is equals 4. With solving here, s is simply 4 minus 1, which is equals 3. And solving here, since we already have s as 3, and substituting 3 plus y is equals 1. 9 plus y is equals 1. Y is equals 1 minus 9, which is equals minus 8. So in that case, our answer is simply s is equals 3 and y is equals minus 8. So that is the value for s and y solving this question. This question says find two values of y which satisfies the simultaneous equation. Leave the grammar. This is simply solve the simultaneous equation. S plus y is equals 5 and s squared minus 2y squared is equals 1. So now, if you look at this simultaneous equation, it's not like the normal simultaneous equation. Solving this, let's start by numbering the equation 1 and 2. So let's make s subject formula. Let's say s is equals 5 minus y. Let this be equation 3. So let's substitute this in equation 2. Doing that, instead of s squared, we have 5 minus y squared minus 2y squared is equals 1. And recall that this is the same thing as 5 minus y into 2 places. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times minus y is minus 5y. Minus y times 5 is minus 5y. So y times y is y squared. So minus times minus is plus. Minus 2y squared is equals 1. So with this, we have 25. Minus 5y is minus 10y plus y squared. Y squared minus 2y is simply minus y squared. So minus 1y squared is equals 1. So this will leave you with y minus y squared minus 10y plus 25 minus 1 is equals 0. So y minus y squared minus 10y plus 24 is equals 0. Multiplying everything by minus 1, we have y squared plus 10y minus 24 is equals 0. So this simultaneous equation has led us to quadratic equation. So we need to solve this quadratic equation. And as usual, we look for two numbers that when we multiply, we'll get minus 24. And when we add, we'll get 10. 12 minus 2 will give you 10. 12 times minus 2 will give you minus 24. So that would work for us. So we have y squared plus 12y minus 2y minus 24 is equals 0. So we pair these two and pair these two. Here and here we have y in common. So y cancels one y, we have y plus 12. So here we have they have minus 2 in common. So minus 2y divided by minus 2 will give you y plus minus 24 divided by minus 2 will give you 12. So 12 here, so we have y plus 12. Here we have y minus 2 left equals 0 equals 0. So this implies that y plus 12 is equals 0. It also implies that y minus 2 is equals 0. So in this case, y is equals minus 12 or y is equals 2. So these are the values of y for this question. Y is equals minus 12 or y is equals 2. That's the answer. We are looking for the determinant of this 3 by 3 matrix. And for 2 by 2 matrix, if you have 2, 1, 2, 1, the determinant is simply this times this minus this times this. So this would have given you 2 minus 2 equals 0. So that's the formula for determinant for 2 by 2 matrix. But when it's 3 by 3 matrix, the case is different. To solve 3 by 3 matrix, we bring out the equation 2 minus 5, 1, minus 1, 2, 0, minus 3, 4, minus 6. Now, with this, in your brain, imagine here to be plus, imagine here to be minus, and imagine here to be plus. Have you done that? So if you've done that, bring this first one. Take this first one. We're dealing with this first one now. Bring it out, plus 2, and do like this. Now, since you are dealing with this first one, draw an arrow like this. So if you realize that anywhere the arrow is pointing, we will not use it. So down here we won't use it, down there we won't use it. So it's remaining here. So we pick that 2 by 2 matrix and say 2, 4, 0, minus 6. So the next here is minus 1. So this is minus 1. Now we are dealing with this one. Bring arrow here, here, and here. So here is arrow like this, like this. So the arrow is going this way, we won't use anything here. It's going that way, we won't use anything here. It's going down, we use anything here. So in that case, remaining this here and here, because we are closing here and here. So here and here it will be minus 5, 1, 4, minus 6. So here is plus minus 3. So which is minus 3. So now that we are here, bring your arrow around it. So everything here, we won't use it. We won't use anything here. We won't use anything there. So the only place the arrow is not facing is minus 5, 2, 1, and 0. That's the only place these arrows are not facing. So in that case, we have minus 5, 1, 2, and 0. So we succeeded in breaking this 3 by 3 matrix into 2 by 3 matrix. So we'll now simplify this step. 3 by 3 matrix simply means 3 rows and 3 columns. So solving this, we have plus 2 bracket minus 6 times 2 is simply minus 12, then minus 0 times 4 is 0. So solving 2 by 2 matrix, simply this times this minus this times this. So minus times minus is plus. So here we'll give you plus 1. Minus 5 times minus 6 will give you plus 30. So you have 30 minus 1 times 4 is 4. Minus 3. So minus 5 times 0 will give you 0. Minus 1 times 2 is 2. So we'll continue. We have 2 here. Minus 12 minus 0. Here will remain minus 12. Plus 30 minus 4 will give you 26. Minus 0 minus 2 will remain minus 2. So in that case, 2 times minus 12 should give you minus 24. Plus 1 times 26 is 26. Minus 3 times minus 2 will give you plus 6. Minus 24 plus 26 will give you 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. So the determinant is 8. So that's the answer to that question. Find dy ds if s squared y minus 5s is equals 3. So this is an implicit function. Implicit function. So in implicit function, we differentiate this as products and differentiate with respect to s and with respect to y. So which implies that if you are differentiating this y, you have s squared dy. When you differentiate this, you get dy plus differentiate s, you have 2s, then y is remaining ds. So look at this, we differentiated 2s. If you differentiate 2s, you have, we differentiated s squared. If you differentiate s squared, you have 2s. So remaining y, that means you are differentiating with respect to s. Then here we differentiated y to get dy. So minus 5 ds is equals 0. So dividing everything by ds, this would be ds, 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 ds. So give you s squared dy ds plus 2sy minus 5 is equals 0. S squared dy ds is equal to 5 minus 2sy. So dy ds will now be equals 5 minus 2sy over s squared. So that's the answer. This is how you differentiate implicit functions. So differentiate with respect to s, y is equals sine 2s minus 4. So to solve this, we solve it as a product. Let 2s minus 4 be u. So in this case, we have y is equals sine u. So there is this formula you can use, dy ds is equals dy over du times du over ds. In that, for dy ds is equals dy du is this is y is equals sine u. So if y is equals sine u, dy du will be equals differentiating this. If you differentiate sine u, you get cos u. So this will give you cos u. So that's dy du. Now what is du ds? This is u. U is equals 2s minus 4. Du over ds, meaning we are differentiating u with respect to s. So this will give you, when you differentiate 2s, you get 2. Differentiating minus 4, you get 0. So du ds will give you 2. Substituting into this formula, dy ds will be equals dy du is cos u times du ds is 2, so which is 2. This is equals 2 cos u, so dy ds will be equals 2 cos u, where u is equals 2s minus 4. Okay, thank you for watching the part 5 of Uniben questions and answers sessions of Flash Magazine. Feel free to check out the other videos, visit flashdeterminants.com or search Flash Determinants on YouTube to access many other